I practice for myself. I do my own exercise. Just setting up for my morning exercise, making sure we got the cameras right. Just give me a moment here to set up. Every Sunday morning, we're going to do a live workout here. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, hi. Hello, Kelly.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good, good. Just getting myself going for the day over here. Just getting started. Have you been doing well?
Yeah, I've been going swimming, so, doing more exercise.
Nice, nice. And the food is going well?
Yeah, I'm doing better with the food, yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a funny throat this morning. All right. Oh my gosh. How are you doing, sir? I haven't seen you.
I know, long story.
I can't wait to hear it. Hopefully you can tell me all about it after.
I will.
Okay, good. Let's get ourselves moving. The important thing is that we're getting ourselves moving today. What has happened doesn't matter so much. We got to let go of what has happened, and we need to get moving forward along with what we want to have happen. Hey Miranda, how are you, love?
Good, John. How you doing?
Good. You're here for a workout this morning?
I am. I just want to get you set up on my laptop.
Okay, cool.
It's easier to see, so I'll be joining in just a second.
Okay, I've got a little funny frog in my throat this morning, but don't worry.
Oh.
It's nothing to worry about.
Energy's coming up.
Yes, energy coming through.
The obstructions are getting released.
That's
Your
right.
voice might change.
I think my voice might change.
I've heard of that happening, like burping or throat problems or hiccups. Could be the energy getting released from the work you're doing. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of that, and I've seen a lot of that happen to me along the way.
Oh, so you've already gone through this.
A lot, a lot, a lot.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's so cool. Have you been doing something different? Like that's more like.
That's right. As you add more things, as you do more things, as you change your practice, as you raise up your commitments, as you commit more, as you practice more, things grow and change as we go. This is how it happens.
So are you doing something new? Will you share?
Sure. We can talk all about it. I was talking about it yesterday in coaching. You can check that coaching video. It's all there.
Yeah, I will.
Awesome. Get it in the coaching video. Every Saturday afternoon coaching, and I talk about all of the nutrition and the mindset, and we have time to dialogue about all of those things. And then on Sunday, I want to try to get everybody together for some movement. I want to practice movement. I want to practice movement for myself. And so it's my time to practice my own movement. And so that's what I'm doing on Sunday mornings. And so I just open that up. I'm going to practice anyways. So, if anybody else wants to exercise on Sunday mornings, then, come along and join in with me. I'm just moving. I'm just breathing. I'm just getting myself going for the day. I've been, in the gym my whole life, so I'm very natural and normal in the gym. I'm very comfortable in the gym. The gym is kind of my little temple, my little church. So Sunday mornings, this is kind of me coming to church and doing my physical and mental training for the day. I'm just going to turn on my clock. And I'm just going to warm myself up with a little flexion and extension, just over and up. Just a little bit of moving and breathing practice. Just bending over, letting my elbows come down to my knees, and coming up, opening up, chest open, shoulders back. Lean over, bringing my elbows down to my knees, and coming up, opening up, chest open, shoulders back. A little flexion coming over, and a little coming up. Just practicing warming up the spine, warming up the core. Exhale and inhale. Just tuning into our breathing. Just connecting to our movements and our breaths. Just connecting to ourselves for the day. Putting my legs nice and wide, I'm just working into my hips and my lower back. Just stretching through the inner thighs, right? Just getting myself moving. Just thinking and talking about what I want. There's always going to be problems around. Unfortunately, it's kind of the human condition. There's always something in our life that could be different than it is. So it's very common to have, something wrong with your health or your wealth or your relationship. It's very common, it's very normal. And we can get stuck, as humans do, thinking about the problems. We're very good problem solvers. But the only problem with that is, when you're focusing on the problem, you can get stuck in kind of feeling sorry for yourself. And then once you get into that feeling sorry for yourself feeling, then it's very hard to get out of it. And we can get into poor eating, and it can lead to all sorts of other poor habits. Very common to become, so focused on fixing a problem that we get into a habit of becoming a problem solver, which then leads us into kind of a bit of a victim, poor me mentality. And really it goes really far back in our lives. It goes back into our childhood and emotional things that could have been put inside of our bodies and lives at a very early age. Emotional things trapped in our bodies. And we have to have a practice, a way to change that energy and move that energy and free that energy in our bodies and lives. Moving and breathing is a practice that can help the energy in the body to come free. And you can allow the energy in the body to move more freely. We can do this through nutrition change, through thought and word practice, through movements, gentle movements and breath work, stretching and strengthening. We can do this with practice. We can do this with routine. We can do this with habit. This is how it happens. Good job. Next one here, I'm going to be taking a couple of light dumbbells in my hand. You don't even have to have dumbbells. You could just do it with your empty hands if you like, or a couple of water bottles or a couple of soup cans. I'm just going over and coming up. I'm just going over and coming up. I'm just lengthening out the back of my legs and straightening my spine, bending at the waist, and coming up tall, extending. Just moving and breathing. Just moving and breathing. Over and up, stretching and strengthening. Good, just practicing. Inhale and exhale. Just warming up our bodies. A little bit of movement to start the day with movement and breathing. Flexion and extension. It's a key aspect of healthy, happy movement, human movement, over and up. Just practicing it. Good job. Here's my next one. I got one leg forward and one leg back. I'm forward lunging, and I've got my hands to the instep of my front foot. Forward lunging, stretching out my hip flexor, stretching out my inner thighs, straightening out my legs. Just breathing there. Switching over to the other side. Straightening out my legs, both hands to the instep. Just breathing, just practicing lengthening out my hips. Just releasing trapped energy in my body. Waking up, waking up. Next one, I'm coming up from there. I got a couple of light dumbbells in my hand, nothing heavy at all. Just getting myself moving, just getting myself breathing, and I'm dropping my butt all the way down, all the way up. Full range of motion, right down, right up. You want to work on your hips, you want to work on your lower back, you want to work on your shoulders. We're just moving through natural, full range of motion movements. Dropping down small, getting down in our crouch, and coming right up. Dropping down small, getting down in my crouch, coming up, straightening out those arms. Good job. Just getting our bodies moving. Just getting started. Just getting started for the day. Dropping down on my tummy. I'm going to drop my knees down. And I'm extending my spine. See that? Lifting up. Stretching out through my abdomen and my lower back. Just working on some extension. Waking up. And just tuning into our breathing. Just tuning into our own personal energy. Just connecting to the energy inside of ourselves. It's just taking time to focus in on ourselves. It's self-love. It's self-care. That's a deep spinal extension with some breath. Sitting onto my butt, I want to go the other way. I want to flex over now. Reaching over. Stretching out through the lower back. Stretching out through the hamstrings. Letting go, letting go. Releasing any tightness or tension. Releasing any blockage that we have in our body. Just stretching out the body. Loosening up those core muscles, those spinal muscles. Good job. Standing up again. I got my dumbbells in my hand and I'm working on my alternate arm shoulder press. Really extending my body, reaching up as high as I can on one side, reaching up as high as I can on the other. Spinal extension, stretching along the side body and breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Try to switch. Try to inhale on the other side now. Try to tune into your breath. Try to see if you can stay focused on your breathing and your moving for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes. Can you give yourself that kind of focus? Can you give yourself that kind of care? Right? It's just making some time for yourself. Nurturing yourself. I'm going to get my hands to the inside of my foot there, and I'm going to be working on my rotation. Forward lunging and rotating. Stretching out my inner thighs and rotating through my upper body, my chest and shoulders, opening up my body, twisting through my digestive system, breathing. Switching over to the other side, same thing on the other side. Here we go, forward lunging and grounding into the earth and opening up, rotating, stretching through my upper body and breathing, just focusing inward, tuning out the external noise, tuning in to my internal energy. That's believing that we have some energy inside of ourselves. That's believing in yourself a little bit. Coming up from there, I got my light dumbbells in hand, and I'm just dropping down, loosening up like that, and then coming up and taking them to my shoulders. Dropping down and coming up, taking those dumbbells up to my shoulders. Coming down and coming up. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Just practicing moving and breathing. Just practicing. Dropping myself down again here. I'm going to work into my calf stretch. Stretching through the back of my leg there. Stretching out my calf. Pushing my heel down. Same thing on the other side. Stretching out my calf. Stretching out my hamstrings. Straightening out my arms. Trying to push both my heels down into the ground. Straightening out my arms. Downward dog. Opening up through the back of the neck and shoulders, upper back. Moving energy through the body. Moving your energy through your body with your movement, with your stretch, with your breath, with your intention. Good job. Coming up from there, I got my light dumbbells in hand again. You don't even have to have dumbbells. You could do this without dumbbells. Standing on one leg, right? I'm going over. I'm balancing. And I'm coming up. And I'm shoulder pressing over my head. Right down on one leg. And coming up. Right up over my head. On one leg. Trying to come over. Stretch. Come on up. Balance and strength. Over the head. Focus. Inward. Breathe. Focus on your breath. Exhale. And inhale. Just taking time, just making time to focus in on my energy for the day. I am working on my energy. Switching legs. I am freeing up my energy for the day. I am working on my best day. Today's gonna be a super day. Let's go back to the first leg, practicing again, balance and strength, over and up. Just working on ourselves. Just making ourselves stronger, more balanced. Just tuning into ourselves. It's a focus practice. It's a breath work practice. It's a movement practice. And it's a practice of being present. Switching one more time, over and up. Tuning into your breath, tuning into your movement, tuning into your energy. Staying focused on yourself for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. Why not? Why not make some time for yourself to be healthy and well? Why not make some time to work on your health and wellness? I am working on my health and wellness. Just affirming that. Here I am working on spinal extension, pushing my hips forward. You can do this one hand at a time. You can do this one hand at a time and then try to breathe fully. Inhale and exhale there. And the same thing on the other side. Try A couple inhales and exhales there, pushing your hips forward. And if you're comfortable to get both your hands back, practice both hands or one hand again. And then after that deep extension, we'll fold over and flex over the other way, relaxing through the hips. Good job. Flipping myself over onto my back. I'm working on my core flexion, opening and pulling through my knees, pulling through my core, opening my knees and contracting, knees to my elbows. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just moving and breathing. If you need to take a little break, that's okay. If you can keep it going, keep it going. If you want to support one leg at a time, you can do it one leg at a time. If you can keep it going, let's go 20 seconds more working on that. Good morning, Candy Love. Great to see you here. Inhale and exhale, contracting through the core. Inhale, exhale. Contracting through the core, working on the core. Good job. Good job. Next one here, I got my dumbbells in my hand. I got one leg forward and one leg back. Look at this. I'm working on balance and strength. Down and up. Lunge and shoulder press. Balance and strength. Right down, right up. Doing your best there. Right down, right up. Switching my forward leg, other leg forward, same thing. Strength, length, breath. Switching again. Other leg forward. Second set. If you need a little breather, that's okay. Take a little break. Don't kill yourself. This isn't about killing yourself. This is about loving ourselves. Right down. Switching again. Good job. Dropping myself down here. I'm stretching out my inner thighs this way. Stepping up, stretching out, stepping back. Stepping up, stretching out. Spider lunge, and stepping back. Step up, stretch out, step back. If you need to use a box, you can use a box if you need it. That's it. Good stretching, right? Lengthening out those inner thighs, lengthening out those hips. Stretching and strengthening the body. Just making some time for yourself. Just tuning into yourself. Back to my dumbbells again. I got a wide leg stance. And I'm going to come over with my dumbbells. And I'm going to stretch out my hamstrings. And I'm going to come up and I'm going to press over my head. So I'm getting some lower body flexibility and strength. Stretch, strengthen with my deadlift. Come on up into my shoulder press, upper body strength. And lean over to the other side. Flexibility, range of motion, and strength. Right down, right up. Stretch it out and breathe. Inhale up. Exhale over. Job. Grabbing my mat again there. Just getting my hands down there. I'm going to take my knee up between my hands and I'm going to work into my glutes and my hips there. Stretching over. Same thing on the other side. Just stretching it out. Got my knee between my hands. I just muted you, Kelly, so if you wanted to talk at all, that's okay. You could just unmute yourself just because of the dog barking, that's all. Stretching out through my lower back, stretching out through my hips, leaning into my blockage. Where do you feel blockage or resistance in your body? You just want to lean into that a little bit. The body lets go of that blocked energy slowly, bit by bit. You can't do it all at the same time. Good job, good job. Flipping over onto my back here. I'm just going to pop my feet up into the air and I'm going to be reaching for my toes, working on my core, reaching for my toes. Good job. My next one here, I'm going to put my hands alongside my body and I'm going to try and see if I can poke my hips way up into the air. See that? Try to get my butt off the mat. Poke my legs up as high as I can towards the ceiling. Job. My next one here, I'm going to invert myself and try to hold my feet up over my head. And then I'm going to slowly lower those feet over my head as best I can. Good job. Staying down here on my back. Let's put our hands under our bottom and let's work on our scissor kicks, flutter kicks, straight legs, point your toes. Try 50 to 100 of those. Try 2 sets of 30 to 50 of those. What can you do? Just tuning into yourself for 30 to 60 minutes. Just focusing on you, your breath and your movement for a short while. Try 2 sets of 30 to 50 of those. Do your best there. And then we'll flip ourselves over and work ourselves into a plank on my elbows and my toes, holding myself flat to the floor. Good job. Flipping myself over again here onto my back. I got my opposite arm and leg, and I'm going to twist. Same thing on the other side. Opposite arm and leg, twisting through the hips. Lengthening out through the hips. The hips are a place where we hold a lot of tension and tightness. The lower back, the hips. Just breathing into that energy center. Just letting go. Good. Popping myself up from there. Flipping myself over. I'm working on my push-up, double leg tuck. I'm going to do a push-up, and then I'm going to pull my feet up towards my hands. Push-up, double leg tuck. Or if you have to modify that in some way, you could just work on your knee push-ups or your toe push-ups. And then dropping myself down into my low squat. Stretching out through my hips and my lower back. Opening up my knees. Releasing any tightness or tension you may be holding in the hips and the lower back there. Just tuning into yourself. Tuning into your energy, just speaking nicely to yourself. Okay, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. Good to see you back.
Likewise.
Awesome. Stretching out my hips and my lower back. Just lengthening out my body there. Awesome. Here I am. Coming to a wide leg stance. Coming to a wide leg stance. Hanging my head over. Hanging my head down. Just hanging out and breathing there. Moving energy through my body. I am moving my energy through my body with my breath, with my breathing. With every inhale breath, I draw up my energy. I am growing in energy with every inhale breath. With every exhale breath, I allow my energy to move freely through my body. Just intending my energy to move through my body. Just letting go of whatever no longer serves my greatest good. Leaning over to one side, grabbing my ankle. Moving into my hamstring and lower back more deeply to one side with my head. Pulling myself down and leaning into wherever I feel blockage. Where do you feel tightness in your body? Work into it. Press into it. Lean into it. Stretch into it. Over to the other side. Good. Bringing my hands to the center. I'm going to add some twisting and rotation to my body. Stretching out through my upper body. Twisting out through my chest and shoulders. Leaning back, twisting back, looking back, looking back. Awesome. Reaching back behind my body, I'm going to clasp my hands and I'm going to try to take my hands as far as I can off of my body. Breathing into my shoulders, breathing into my neck, opening up my neck and shoulders, releasing, letting go. And heel toe those feet right back together. Straight legs hanging over, deep flexion there. You can grab bind behind the calves or the ankles, pulling your head down. And slowly unwinding myself, coming up tall again. Just reaching up over my head. Let's work on some extension now. Just standing up tall. Just reaching up over my head. Just extending my body. Just working on my best extension with my body for the day. Just breathing in that fully extended position. Straight arms. Really extending my spine and breathing. Looking upwards. Opening my body, taking my arms as wide as I can, stretching myself open physically, and breathing there. And working on your best breath, your biggest inhale and your biggest deep, your most complete exhale, your best breath. Dropping my hands down, mountain pose, pulling my shoulders down my back, chest forward, breathing there. Good spinal extension, good posture, good breath. Working into some balance, just standing on one leg. Pointing my toe. Bending and taking the leg to the back, reaching back. One hand back, one hand forward if you can. Same thing on the other side here. Balancing on one leg. Pointing my toe. And reaching back. Grasping in one hand and trying the one hand balance if you can. Grabbing my dumbbells one more time. I'm pulling back some rows. Let's see, 50 rows. Working on that upper body. And dropping myself down on my mat, one more time. On my back. Let's work on our leg raises. And then stretching myself out. My hands hovering from the floor, my head hovering from the floor, my toes hovering from the floor, lengthening myself out as much as I can. Safely on the floor, breathing fully to the best of my ability there. I'm just laying on my back. I'm just taking a moment to check in with myself. "60 minutes of movement. 60 minutes of focus and breath. And then to finish it off, some energy work. You can do that laying on your back, or you can do that sitting up. However you feel comfortable to do that, however you'd like to do that. Energy work is just sitting and focusing within yourself and being aware of yourself. Just tuning in to yourself, just watching your breath. Just tuning out all the external noise. Just tuning into your own breathing. What's going on inside of your body. What we focus on grows. So we can grow an internal power, an internal body, an internal strength, an internal life. If we focus on that, if we put our attention upon that, and if we give that focus an idea, a daily practice, if you make that your predominant thought, that's what you're thinking about, growing health and wellness inside of yourself, growing love inside of yourself and your life, getting up each day, thinking and speaking about those things, putting your attention there, practicing that. If you do that daily, if you practice health, if you practice love and care for yourself, watch how love and care begins to grow in your life. Just with a daily routine, a daily ritual, natural healthy things, natural healthy practices can heal your body and life emotionally, energetically. Just connecting to the energy inside of yourself right now. Just growing love